Another aspect of the Magneto discussion, I think, is that Magneto is often a victim of what I like to call kick the dog writing. I'm not the person to coin this phrase, but basically, kick the dog writing is when a villain does something really bad just to show you that they are the villain, such as kicking a puppy. Critically, this bad thing doesn't always align with like the rest of the villain's goals or their overall ideology as a whole. It just kind of is a bad thing that the villain does in the narrative in order to give the heroes an excuse to utilize violence against them. To be clear, my critique of this isn't to defend any of the villain's actions as they're written in text. It's more to point this out as like a narrative writing trope. Not sure if trope is exactly the right word, but it just sort of feels like the writers were like, oops, we did too good of a job making a sympathetic villain, better have them do something extra evil in order to make sure that we can justify the heroes fighting against them. Another really good example of a villain who gets this treatment, non X-Men example, sorry, is Amon from The Legend of Korra. At the very end of Legend of Korra, Amon is kind of revealed to be a fake and a liar and a coward who was using bending powers himself the whole time while preaching against benders. Without this twist of like, oh, he was a hypocrite all along, I don't think that Korra ever actually scores an ideological victory against Amon. She makes no argument, the show makes no point throughout it that really like proves Amon wrong on a deeper level. Not to say I necessarily think that there were no arguments to be made, just that the show categorically fails to make them, and instead takes this sort of, in my opinion, cheaper way out, being like, oh, he was just a massive hypocrite the whole time. I think that Magneto often falls victim to a similar treatment, where instead of making a cohesive narrative point, the writers just sort of fall back on making him insanely violent.